41.
APC.
Correct, lowercase. And that's going to be, okay.
Right.
This will be your default screen when you first log in. It'll give you up here, if there's any alarms, it'll tell you right here. This will be red.
Okay.
All right. Obviously your UPS, if you had multiples, you'd have a different name on it. And then it'll give you your recent logged events to go. If you need more, you can click on the more events, obviously. Now to go into the UPS, you click the UPS tab. This is what's going to give you a little bit more information, where you'll actually see what your load and your charge of your batteries are. You'll see your input voltages, phase, to fix the phase, output voltage, your runtime, and last time it transferred the battery. And then underneath that, any recent events, including logging in. All right. Generally, let's reboot it. It'll log in here. I'll just quickly jump to the logs. You should see that it logged in from whatever the IP is from this system here. Okay, so you can actually see a system that gets logged in. So now down here you've got your status, which will give you even more. It gives you pretty much the status of everything that the system has, intelligence, and so on and so forth. Control is where you're going to be in here. You can reboot the UPS. You can actually turn it off, put it to sleep, or you can put it into bypass. Now the bypass is the static bypass that we showed doing it through. Okay. So you want to kind of be careful here, because this is another way to actually do it. But you can put it into bypass from here. Your configuration is going to be like how you want to set it up, like I did here. Okay. For your alarms. Shutdown stuff is which I did 15% in 60 seconds. Like I said, this is all changeable. General configurations are going to be where you would put your IP at, your UPS name. You're not going to worry about any of this stuff. Your self-test schedule would be here if you wanted to change that. Parallel units you don't have. If you did, you would have the 2 IP addresses here and whatever. Diagnostics is where you would see stuff going on. Okay, so you can do an alarm test and it just beeps. You can put it in a self-test and you can do the runtime cal from here. If you wanted to schedule stuff, you can schedule a one-time shutdown. If you wanted to shut down daily, it's just. I'm thinking that this is probably a power shoot feature, because I don't know any other way. I don't know why anybody else would want to. Sync control. I don't even know what these are. I think this is something new. Yeah. And then your power shoot, which you would run in and do your configuration for your clients. Okay. Environment's going to be for the temperature. Right now we don't have anything plugged in. If I plugged it in, it would show up. And then you've got your relays, your output relays, and you can change the states of those. So you can actually go into here and you can name them.
What are those relays?
Open and close.
You have an output relay that
Right. If you wanted,
alarm,
yeah,
give you
a beacon, a beacon, anything. So that's pretty much on that. Your overview, which is what we saw, temp, humidity. If there was temperature, if I had it plugged in fact, why don't I do that? You can do.
Stick it wherever you want.
Yeah, because you can stick it right at the side of the machine.
leave it right on top of the unit.
So now it should show up on that. So now you'll see that it sees it.
Oh, okay. So it's in the ambient temperature.
Right. And you can go in and name that, and you can set your thresholds here. Okay. Input contacts, same thing, you can change the states to
Now, is it
disabled.
logging temperature and humidity, or it just logs when there's an alarm state?
Temp, humidity, you can have it set for both.
Just in the water state.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So you could actually set it for the temperature
yes.
if you wanted to, you know what I mean?
And they're fairly good as far as accuracy wise. Here's your event logs. It just, like I said, I'm going to clear this, but it shows everything that I've done since I've been here, and whatever went through in testing. For some reason, they don't clear it. Your data log, which is good. This actual log your date, time, your input voltage, minimum, and so on and so forth for each phase, all the way out. Temperature, bypass voltage, current, okay, output current, your wattage out, all that. It just keeps going right across. It logs everything, data-wise, okay.
So this, how frequently does it take a data point?
This should set, I think it's every 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes, and it's adjustable.
Forever, or it starts throwing away data at some point?
The data, I'm not sure. It gets large.
600 days.
Yeah, it gets large. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it said maximum of 6.3 days of data based on the current interval of 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep.
Expanding.
Nice.
I never saw that before, yeah. And then in your administration is which...
We're basically monitoring power flow.
Yep. Here is where you would have your, in the security end, this is where you would change your passwords. So you could give a specific password for an administrator, for the device, and then read-only, if you only want someone to be able to log in, and only have read-only for the status. Your remote, if you have radius servers, stuff like that. Again, that's not something I'm familiar with. On your network, this is where it'll give you everything that you need to adjust or set. So you'll have your port speed. Now I'm going to assume you're going to have a DNS server. Yeah, there is. Yeah, okay. And then your web access. So it gives you your ports. You can disable it altogether, which I've actually had been on sites where they have.
Actually, can you switch that to enable HTTPS only? Otherwise, those passwords could get set.
And make sure that you do.
You might have to change your.
Why don't we do that at the end?
Okay.
Just remind me here. Yeah. Your SNMP is going to be for your your SNMP server, your mail server. FTP server, I've been on a lot of sites, they disable that. And then your wide area. Wireless access, if you have it. Your notification is going to be where all your email is going to be done.
Okay.
Right. So here's where you can do your, by events. You know, if any alarms came up on the temperature, you'll see it gets logged. Your emails is where you set up your server.
Mail-relay.
And then you put your address, recipients, just add recipients, put their address in. And you should be able to, you can test it. There should be some place in here where you can adjust specific alarms to certain people. I don't see it in here though.
Oh, so if you go into by event, you can then set up each one.
Right.
So if you just want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, great. Scott, thank you. I'm going to get going.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks for coming over.
Give me a call. Yeah, give me a call. Let me know what's going on.
For your preference, you want Fahrenheit?
Absolutely.
I like it that way. But yeah, you'll be able to see the rest of the stuff pretty much makes sense.
Yeah.
Your date, your identification is going to be where you'll label your UPS name, date and time. Let me set that. I got to do that anyway.